Hi everybody, welcome to week 2. I figured it would be more fun and interesting if I gave you a video update rather than a boring old email this week. I'm going to give you some information about week 1, and I'm also going to give you a little bit more information about this coming week's assignments as well. So first of all, thank you to those of you who posted in the discussion board. I really enjoy watching the videos and learning more about your backgrounds. I know sometimes it can be quite intimidating to create those videos, but I'm glad you took the time to do so because it really helps to get a sense of where everybody's coming from. That being said, it's going to be great this year because all of you have such a varied background in education, and I think you're going to find that you have a lot to learn from each other. Those of you that have taken courses with me before know that I tend not to be very active on the discussion boards. If this were a face-to-face class, I would prompt you with a question to ponder, and I would have you guys start a discussion about it. And I do the same thing with an online course. I want the dialogue to be mostly between you, and when I feel it's necessary or if I think I have some more to add, I will do so, but I tend not to interrupt your conversations very often. That being said, I don't want you to think that I'm not reading the discussion boards because I do tend to stalk them and pretty much on a daily basis. I am reading all your posts. I'm reading them quite frequently, so I don't want you to think that I'm not paying attention. And I will be providing you with feedback on some of your posts as well when I grade the discussion boards. As far as your journal submission goes this week, I'm going to be providing you with lots of feedback on those submissions. And first and foremost, I want you to understand that I am not requiring you to answer any questions that I've posed in my feedback to you. My questions are just meant for you to think a little bit deeper about the thoughts that you've submitted and perhaps look at things from a different perspective. Sometimes I like to take the role of devil's advocate and I kind of push you in a different direction, but again, that's only to make you think. That's not there for me to say that I'm agreeing or disagreeing with you or think that something that you're saying is incorrect. I just like to have you think about things from a different perspective is all. So again, you do not need to respond to any of my comments on the journal submissions, and those will come back to you as a Word document when I finish grading them. That being said, yesterday in all the Super Bowl excitement, my flash drive was busted on my computer. And as a result, I lost all of the feedback that I had been creating on journal submissions that were submitted early. Those of you that have taken courses with me before know that I pride myself on giving you feedback very quickly, but unfortunately, I'm sorry to say that I lost all that feedback and I'm going to have to reread your journal submissions and make comments all over again. So it is going to take me a little bit of time to get that feedback back to you, and I apologize for that inconvenience. I will no longer be keeping UB information on my flash drive, but I lost a lot of other things as well. Long story short is my laptop is out of memory, and I thought an easy way to get more memory would be to use a flash drive. And that's what happens when you don't take it out of your, when you don't take the flash drive out of your computer and you let it sit there, it gets busted. So I will get your journal submissions back to you as soon as I possibly can. I should have the discussion boards graded by the end of tonight, but the journals will take me a few more days. Okay, so as far as this week goes, for your discussion board, we're going to be doing a little bit of debating. I want you to choose a side of an argument as to why it is or is not important for K through 12 teachers to work together on a common curriculum. For your initial post, you're going to pick a side. It doesn't matter what side it is. And then for your response post, you're going to create a counter argument to one of your classmates' posts. So basically what you're doing here is you're looking at the argument from both sides of the spectrum. In your career, you're going to encounter people, teachers, administrators, curriculum directors who have different perspectives than you do, who have different ideas than you do. And I think it's important that you're prepared for those different ideas or ways of looking at things. So to make it a little bit more fun and interesting, I want you to kind of look at an argument from both sides of the spectrum. When you are creating your initial post, remember that those initial posts are due by Wednesday at 11:59. And then when you create your response post, you're only going to counter one other person's argument. I don't want you to go and respond to 5 different people on the discussion board because I only want there to be dialogue between two people in the discussion board. The more people that get involved in that dialogue, it might tend to get a little bit muddied. So I would prefer it if it was just two people within one discussion board post for a response, and then or for the initial post and then a response. Feel free to continue the dialogue between the two of you. I would actually enjoy seeing that. So that being said, try not to wait until Sunday at 11:59 to post your response to somebody else, because then it kind of takes all the fun out of the back and forth dialogue that I'd like to see in the discussion board this week. For your journal post submission, you're going to be submitting a half-page explanation of your final paper. I did provide you with some ideas in the syllabus, and you can certainly use one of my ideas, or I would encourage you to really think about what would help you in your own career or your own research, what interests you, and go that route. I'm not saying that you can't use my ideas, but I really want this course to be geared for your needs. Algebra is not a 9th grade topic. We're going to see algebraic topics going from elementary school all the way up to calculus, and I don't want to limit you in any way. I do understand that sometimes it's a little bit more difficult to create something when it's wide open like that, but it's intentionally wide open. It's there to meet your needs rather than me telling you what I want you to look at. So basically your half-page explanation is going to be, tell me what your ideas are or what your idea is, how you plan on implementing that, and provide me with detail that kind of gives me a sense of the direction that you're going for your final project. I'll absolutely provide feedback on if I think it's viable, if it's worthwhile, if it connects with the course objectives. And if you are struggling to come up with ideas, please let me know, and I can certainly help you with that. Master students, you are allowed to work with another person. In your half-page explanation, I do want you to make sure that you tell me who you're going to be working with for your final project, and I also want both parties submitting the half-page explanation. You can both create the half-page explanation, make sure both parties' names are on that document, but I want you each individually submitting a journal post for this assignment. Doc students, unfortunately, you don't have this option. Doc students, as you are aware, there has to be extra requirements for you in a course like this, so you will be working on your final project independently. There will be times, however, during the semester that you could work with a partner on those unit plans, though. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to email me. That's the best way to get a hold of me. I try to check my email here and there during the day, but while I'm teaching, it's difficult for me to do that, but I will most likely get back to you within 24 hours of your initial email. So I hope you enjoy the week, and good luck with everything.